What's up everybody, I'm Dr. Winters and we're back with another video of the craziest dental videos online that you guys tag me in all the time. Today's video we're gonna find a dude with a Giga Chad jaw all the way to somebody using fruit to whiten their teeth. It's gonna be a wild one today and it just keeps getting wilder. And of course we'll look at all your crazy comments and maybe learn a little something along the way too. So let's go ahead and get right into it. Never skip jaw. Oh my gosh, what is that? Whoa, let me pause it real quick. That dude has the biggest masseters I've ever seen in my entire life. Holy moly. And for some reason, he looks a little British. I don't even know why. I don't know why he looks British, but he does. Dude could definitely be a male model, I'm not gonna lie. Let's see, before we even get into this, let's see what the comments have to say. Oh my gosh, somebody said, who stole my bike seat? Oh my gosh, no, for real though. I see the bike seat. That's a little wild though, oh my gosh. Me walking out of Walmart with the whole controller in my mouth. That's terrible. And somebody said, nah, I'm fine. It's true, it is a little bit much. Let me know down below if you think that this guy's face looks crazy or if he actually liked the style. But let's continue on and see exactly what's going on here. All right, so he's just, oh my gosh, dude, look, you can actually see, oh my God, pause it right there on the side. You can see just his massive masseter just bulbing out. So basically what this is your masseter. So when you bite down, you see it bouncing there. That's your actual masseter muscle. So this guy has basically worked out his masseter muscle, or he could have some jaw issues to where he's putting a lot of force back there. We see this in a lot of TMJ issues. And in fact, if you have a very large masseter, sometimes they can even do Botox in these areas to help you with TMJ issues because it's so much. But this guy, holy, it's almost like he doesn't use any of his facial muscles up here and he only uses back here. So my guess is that his bite is actually like where his jaw is like this, you know, instead of a flat where your teeth fit like this. My guess is it's like this, and he's just biting on this back side, just right there back on his second molars. Holy moly, I wonder if this dude has just insane temporal muscles too. That's crazy. And so what he looks like he's doing is he's actually pouting some gum that he's using. Oh my gosh, dude, I can just feel the massive amounts of stress and pain. So I have TMJ issues, and one thing that you get when you have TMJ is when you're biting and you're chewing, that these muscles will swell up. These and these temporalis muscles will swell up and you get a ton of pain. So I can only imagine the amount of clenching and grinding this guy is doing to his teeth at night with a masseter like that. That's absolutely insane. And actually, I actually don't recommend this to people. You know, these very heavy, strong mastic gums actually can cause a lot of issues. I mean, they are good for people who have a lot of soft diet, and we do need to chew things, and your body naturally needs to chew things, I agree. But if you overdo it like this and you build up a masseter that big, you could actually cause a lot of TMJ issues, wear to your teeth, cracking, a bunch of things that could haunt him down the line. And even if he thinks it looks good and he's looks maxing, as they say these days, that's right, I'm hip, I know what I'm talking about here. My guess he's probably mewing and all that stuff too, but man, holy moly, that is insane. I don't think I've ever seen somebody with a jaw that crazy before. But no, I actually don't recommend this because, you know, it just can cause issues. Let's just stop. Maybe stop about 10%. We went too far. You know, sometimes the plastic surgery goes too far. This guy went too far. You know what I'm saying? Next up, we got a guy that you guys tagged me in. I see all over the place doing all these natural remedies and all this crazy stuff. Some of them I agree with, some of them I don't. And apparently he decided to make his own toothpaste. So we're going to look through, see all the ingredients that he puts in his toothpaste and see if it's a good one or it's not. Because we've had some winners on this channel and we've had a bunch of losers. So hopefully this one's a winner.
Let me show you how to make a natural toothpaste that will whiten your teeth like crazy. This stuff is amazing, guys.
Okay, so first off, he claims that this is a whitening toothpaste, and that is very important because whitening toothpaste either have to be very abrasive, which is they're ripping off your enamel using things like charcoal powder, things like that, or it is whitening through whitening stuff like carbamide peroxide, hydrogen peroxide, which is the healthy way to do it. So hopefully he's doing the latter, not the first.
5 simple ingredients.
Okay, here we go. We got the ingredients.
Bentonite clay, food grade hydrogen peroxide, which I'm going to dilute to 3%, baking soda, peppermint essential oil. Okay. Super easy. Let me show you. 3 heaping tablespoons of coconut oil.
Okay, so we got the coconut oil. Now, people say it has the antioxidants, you know, things like that, which I agree. There probably is some mild effects like that in coconut oil. A lot of people think that it whitens your teeth. I disagree with that. It takes way too long. You gotta swish around for 20 minutes. And in fact, a lot of the cleaning has been shown in coconut oil that it's from the swishing of it, just the act of the motion. But this is not gonna harm anything. It's probably gonna add a nice base and some flavor to the toothpaste. So So I don't hate this.
Coconut oil has antimicrobial properties. 2 big tablespoons of baking soda, a gentle abrasive.
Okay, so first off, something very important, he said, a gentle abrasive. And for the longest time, in fact, when we were in dental school, we were taught that baking soda was actually harmful to your enamel because it was too abrasive. But actually they did some studies on this and they found that the relative dentin abrasion limit of baking soda is actually very, very low. So it turns out that baking soda is a great additive to a natural toothpaste. It can actually clean pretty well, and it's also going to do some very light abrasion to your teeth without harming the enamel. So I actually don't hate that at all.
Bentonite clay. Bentonite clay has a negative charge, so it pulls out metals, potentially other toxins from your mouth and gums. And I'm going to mix that up, but not with a metal spoon. The concern here is that if you mix this up with the metal spoon, the bentonite clay might pull trace metals out of the metal spoon.
Which is interesting because he got the bentonite clay out with the metal spoon. So shouldn't you do both without the metal spoon? That's just a thought. I've looked into the research of the bentonite clay. It doesn't seem like it's going to harm you using. I mean, maybe if you have some heavy metal somewhere and you're pulling some weird stuff out of something. I don't think it's necessary. I mean, you can add it if you want to. I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal. If you want to use it, go ahead and use it. I haven't seen a ton of research that really shows me like, man, I want to put this in R0 toothpaste tomorrow. Yeah, I'm probably not going to put it in there because I don't know if there's going to be any weird harmful effects of anything like that. But so far, nothing too crazy out of the ordinary.
Mix it with a wood spoon, and then I'm going to add the peroxide. The peroxide is the whitening agent. You want to make sure that you dilute any concentrated forms of hydrogen peroxide to around 3%.
This is very, very important, and this is actually the main whitening part of the whitening toothpaste. So I'm good that he's not going the abrasive route, which is like a charcoal powder, whitening powders, things like that. He actually is going the hydrogen peroxide route. So he basically diluted it down to 3%. So make sure you use a food-safe hydrogen peroxide and make sure it's at least 3% or lower. You don't want to go much over that because you can actually cause chemical burns in your mouth. You do have to worry a little bit about using too much hydrogen peroxide. For a long time, you might get sensitivity on your teeth. You might even get what's called oral hairy tongue from using it too much. So be aware of that. We do see that in natural toothpaste. But so far, this is a great natural whitening toothpaste that I see. And then the last thing, it looks like he's using some peppermint drops for the flavor. So there you go. It's a natural toothpaste. I really don't hate this. There's 2 things that I don't like about it though, is one, the preservatives. I don't know how long this would last for. Does it go bad? Is there any issues with it going bad? Could it make you sick if it goes bad? How long does it last? That's the one thing. And 2, we're really not getting any type of enamel protection here. And there's no fluoride and there's no nanohydroxyapatite, which are really the 2 only tried and true ways that we can see that remineralize your enamel. Now, obviously in our R0 toothpaste was something nice. We actually went with the 10% nanohydroxyapatite route because, there's a lot of stuff about fluoride that we just don't quite know yet. So personally for us, even though I don't hate fluoride, and if you want to use fluoride, that's perfectly fine with you. I think you get enough in your water and other things like that it would be fine to use a nanohydroxyapatite. It's better, it's more natural, it's what your teeth are made out of, and it will actually protect your teeth. So although his is a natural toothpaste, it does not have the enamel protection that I'm looking at, and obviously it doesn't probably have the shelf life, so I worry that something could go bad. Maybe it doesn't go bad at all, I don't know. But that being said, if you're in the market for a natural toothpaste, you hate fluoride or nanohydroxyapatite or something like that, then maybe this one's a good one. You could use it just for a whitening toothpaste as well if you wanted to, and then go back to something like this. Maybe you could do a half and half if you want to. But if you want a natural toothpaste that doesn't have SLS or titanium dioxide or all the crazy chemicals and stuff, that has the 10% nanohydroxyapatite, that's why we made R0, so that you could have all the crazy things out of it, with having some of the good regulation stuff in it to make sure that it's going to be, healthy for you. But I don't see anything bad about this toothpaste if you want to use it. I just want to make sure you know about those things for sure. Let's go to the comments. Someone said, who on earth would listen to a psychiatrist for dental advice? And even though I disagree with some of the things about this, I would rather have some fluoride or some nanohydroxyapatite in here. I don't think he did a terrible job, but I mean, there is unfortunately a lot of crazies out there giving crazy advice in areas they have no expertise in. And I did go to school for, almost 8 years on just dental alone. So I do know a thing or two. And someone said, tag that dentist guy who reviews on teeth hacks. That's me. That you did. You found me. We did it. Oh, someone actually said read up on bentonite clay before you make this, and someone said lead heavy metal contamination. See, that's what I was talking about. I just don't know a lot of these things, but other than the bentonite clay, I think you're pretty safe with most of these things. But yeah, still the bentonite clay one, Also, maybe we just don't know. Now in this next one, some people just like to just mess with their braces no matter what they're doing. For some reason, people just can't keep their hands to themselves and they just have to ruin a good thing. So look at this girl you guys tagged me in that absolutely went a little bit cray-cray. Honestly, I don't know. You let me know. We'll watch the video together.
Braces wire has broken.
Oh my gosh. First off, that braces wire is flanging out there. How did that get out there? When I can tell you exactly why, it's because her O-ties are off. The things that were holding those brackets in there are completely gone. And you know, if you don't have something holding it on in there, well, it's gonna fly out. Now, the first thing that comes to mind here is that she did it herself. And the reason is because these O-ties don't just pop off. You literally have to take them off. And if you had one off, maybe like they can break every now and then, but having every single one of these broken all the way back, that screams that she's messing with this on purpose. But let's continue.
I don't know what to do.
You don't know what to do? You definitely don't do that. What are we gonna do with y'all's generation? Let's have a real talk. What are we doing with y'all? What is your generation doing? Have we really fallen this far? That was your first intrusive thought. You just said, what am I going to do with this? I could put it right, and you just rip it out. You know, 1, that could break brackets. 2, I mean, 3, it's gonna ruin the wire. 4, I think I counted wrong, but who cares? I'm upset. Oh my gosh, I'm so shocked.
I'm gonna have to pay $5,000 to get this fixed, and
Is this what they call brain rot content? Is my brain being rotted right now? No, it does not cost $5,000 to get this fixed. Now, you could ruin your $5,000 investment in braces if you keep doing stupid stuff like this. But no, we're gonna just put it back in and we're gonna tell you really, really nicely to just, please don't be a crazy person again, okay? Please, thanks.
and my teeth hurt. They hurt now. It's gonna hurt again.
I can't watch this anymore. Oh my gosh, no, I'm not watching this anymore. How do you guys like this type of content? This thing has 1 million views. Well, you know what? I hope the comments help me out a little bit better than what we're seeing here. Someone said that sound hurt my soul. It was kind of like a nails on the chalkboard type sound. Yeah, maybe that's a reason why you shouldn't be ripping wires out of your face. Oh my gosh, these 2 pictures here is like people just like, that's literally my face I had with that. I was like, why am I watching this brain rot content? This is the worst. And somebody later said, I'm sorry, you do not have to pay $5,000 to get a broken wire fixed. They usually fix them at your daily checkups, no paying. At least we have some logical people in the comments section, don't we? Thank goodness our world is at least saved. It looks like the people in the comments, you know, we outweighed. You got 1 crazy brain rot person, and then we've got 10,000 commenters that are actually kind of smart. Maybe because they watch my videos and follow and subscribe, because we're trying to get to 10 million followers here on YouTube. And I would love it if you followed along here. So go ahead and click that button for me, okay? All right, we'll move forward to the next video. All right, as painful as it was to watch that video, this next video is about a girl who just loves the type of pain that is a little bit weird. And you guys tagged me a ton in this, said, Ventus, is this normal? Is this a mental health disorder? I don't know. Let's go ahead and watch the video together. Am I the only one who weirdly loves this kind of pain? Wait, what is she doing? Oh, she's shoving a pin through her. Okay, first off, there is a lot wrong here that we need to get into. Holy moly. First, I just noticed that I'm not even going to throw this out there, but looking at her teeth look a little chunk. They look a little chunk, a little thick, you know, just a little thick. And I think it's because she has veneers. So first off, she probably hasn't made the best life decisions in her life because she's already got all these veneers over all of her front teeth, which you can tell. And maybe not even veneers, like crowns. Like she could have got turkey teeth. I don't know this for sure. I could be totally lying here, but looking at them, she could just have thick teeth, but that's what I see regardless out the gate. Now, Ventus, tell me more about this whole like pushing a thing. Why is it bad? Well, in fact, this isn't the first that this happened. In fact, they've been doing this for a long time, because before this little thing, we had these little things called toothpicks. You know, when you go eat at the Red Lobster and you get your Cheddar Bay biscuits and your endless shrimp, and then at the end you go ahead and you unwrap a bad boy and you go, and you just pop that thing right in there. And in fact, I'm from the South, I'm not gonna lie. I grew up in Oklahoma. We had the cowboys, you know, they would always keep a toothpick just right in the teeth, just right in that little gap, and you would get what's called a black triangle from this. Fun fact, if you stick stuff between your teeth or the, you know, inside of the tooth there, you're gonna get some damage to the gum tissue. And now the gum tissue fills a little void. You see, your teeth are triangular and your gum tissue fills inside that gum tissue. And if you jam something through that little triangular piece of gum tissue over and over again, that gum tissue will get damaged and it will start to fall away, causing what we call a black triangle. So even though she says it hurts so so good, well, it hurts. It actually is going to harm your periodontal ligament. It's going to harm your gum tissue. It's going to cause gum resorption. You're going to get the black triangles, and then it's going to look even more funky. But hopefully the comment section agrees with me on this, of course. Someone started right off with, girl, get help, WTF. Well, I mean, at least somebody is on the right page trying to send out the signal that, girl, maybe what you're doing is not good for your teeth, because, well, it's not. Someone else said, the most elite pain is putting salt on an ulcer. Like, it's too good almost. And I actually, fun fact, I did have an ulcer the other day. Like, you know, we actually call that a canker sore. It's not to be confused with the cold sore or the herpetic sore on your lip. A canker sore is actually on the soft tissue on the inside of the mouth, and it forms this big white crater on your mouth, and they're very, very painful. You can't do anything to really get rid of them. They're just very, very painful for about 10 days, and then they go away on their own. But boy, they are annoying when you've got them. And yes, I can guarantee you that it hurts way worse. And for some reason, you just can't help but lick it. And unfortunately, 2 people said, I found my people. There's more of you guys. There's not just one of you guys that love jamming things between your teeth. Why you do this? You know, if you really want to do this, I got an option for you. Floss. You'll get the same feeling, but you're going to be cleaning safely. And then you won't jam something in and then cause yourself to have black triangles later in life. But for real though, don't do this. All right, and this next one is pretty crazy. Somebody decided that a fruit at the supermarket is the trick to whiten your teeth finally and forever. Now, we go over so many different whitening things here on this channel. For some reason, you guys are addicted to whitening your teeth with different things. And so let's see what this remedy is and why this magic fruit might be the reason why your teeth are magically white forever. Let's go ahead and check it out. My dentist friend taught me this. Okay, I'm gonna first off say that your dentist friend probably did not teach you this. That's like the ultimate thing that I see in like scam videos on things is like, your dentist definitely doesn't want you to know this, you know, or like, my dentist tells me that this is the best thing. We're not starting off good here, but let's see. So we got some strawberries. We're gonna cut the top off, obviously. Watch, she just like takes the strawberry and just smashes it in her face. Okay, she's cutting it up. You know, speaking of which, right here in the middle, I love strawberries. Strawberries are good. I'm not even gonna lie. Strawberries are pretty good. What's your favorite fruit, to be honest? I'd probably choose kiwis over strawberry, to be honest. I think I know where she's going with it. She's probably gonna like mix some, oh no. Toothpaste? Strawberry toothpaste, eh? Is she gonna add anything else? She's gotta add something else to it, right? Wait, what is that? Oh, it's probably baking soda. Oh, and hydrogen peroxide? Jesus! And then brush it on your skin. Surely she means brush it on her teeth, is what I'm guessing. Unless her dentist friend is teaching her how to lighten her skin. Which, fun fact, hydrogen peroxide I think does lighten skin and even lightens your hair. You put hydrogen peroxide in your hair, it turns like that orangey color and it'll turn like bright blonde and then it'll break off. If you've ever done some summer hydrogen peroxide whitening, not that I've ever done that. But for real though, let's talk about it. So a couple things that she added. She added the baking soda, which we actually know is pretty chill. It's just a mild abrasive. I don't have a problem with that. She added the hydrogen peroxide, which I'm hoping is a food safe and at the right percentage, which actually does whiten your teeth. Fun fact, it's probably the best thing in here for whitening. Now the toothpaste, there's really no point of that other than to make it a paste to put on your teeth. It's not gonna do anything crazy other than add some minty flavor if you like strawberry mint. And then the strawberry. So what about the strawberry, Bentis? All the strawberry is doing is adding sugar. It's adding acid. Yes, strawberries are acidic, which weakens your enamel, meaning that you can brush it off a little bit more, which is not very good. So basically what that's doing is weakening your enamel so that you can rip it off a little bit more. And so that's not really a good idea. You know, these people put fruits and things in their stuff. It makes no sense. It's sugary, it's acidic, it's just gonna cause problems. If you really wanted to, just get some hydrogen peroxide toothpaste or use, you know, like our hydrogen peroxide whitening strips, or get some hydrogen peroxide whitening gel, or even just rinse your mouth out with hydrogen peroxide if you're trying to whiten. Don't damage your enamel. And so, what do you guys know? Another scam that just doesn't quite work. But let's see if the comment section found it. Someone said, proof I'll watch anything. That's right. I mean, that was kind of how I felt watching that. I was like, why am I watching somebody cut up a strawberry to put it on their teeth? Someone said, def not. Boom, we got a winner there. We got a winner there. See, I am educating you guys one person at a time. It's like the 6 years and billions of views of educational content are finally worth it. I feel like a proud dad growing up. And somebody literally said, the acid from the strawberry will weaken the enamel. Yes, yes, yes. That being said, no, don't do this. Now, we've gone through a lot of whitening hacks today. We've gone from expensive ones to homemade ones to everyone in between, but this girl says she's gonna do it for $1. She's gonna whiten your teeth for $1. So let's go ahead and see if this girl has also figured out. What do you know? If it's going to be the true whitening experience of a lifetime for $1? I don't know. Let's go ahead and check it out. All right, how are your teeth so pearly white? Let's see if this girl's got it. How to whiten your teeth for only $1. Okay, so first off, the stuff she has is already worth more than $1. One bag of those Grin floss picks is worth way more than $1. Maybe she's talking about per use, per time you whiten. Because, you know, honestly, personally, I'm going to tell you right now, our floss picks are gas, bro. Our floss picks are so good at something nice. They beat everyone on the market. Actually, I don't know if they're in stock right now. They could be sold out still. So if they are, I apologize. But be looking out for those to come back in stock. Okay, so floss your teeth before any of these steps. So maybe she's saying this doesn't count as one of the $1 whitening steps. Let's see. My gums are bleeding because I don't floss consistently. Fun fact, if you don't floss consistently, they will bleed. They will bleed because they are inflamed. And actually, you don't want to stop flossing. A lot of people see the blood and they're like, no, I don't want to floss anymore because it's bleeding. No, you got to keep doing it until it doesn't bleed anymore. And then that's when you know that your gums are healthy, if you can floss without bleeding. Method 1, apply toothpaste and let it sit for 5 to 10 minutes. Okay, first off, that's like $1 worth of toothpaste that girl's putting on there. So I don't know about that. Honestly, really not going to do anything for you. Not really a point in that. Okay, Dollar Tree whitening strips. Let me see which ones she got here. I tell you guys, if you want to use Dollar Tree whitening strips, that's fine. You just have to make sure that they have hydrogen peroxide in them. These are, oh god, charcoal toothpaste whitening strips. For a while there, people were like, oh, charcoal is gonna pull the stain out of your, no, it doesn't, it didn't. No, it just ripped the enamel off. Obviously, this isn't gonna rip the enamel off, but just sitting charcoal on your teeth is not gonna do anything whitening. My guess is, hopefully, it has nothing to do with the activated charcoal, and it has hydrogen peroxide. She says it works way better than the expensive ones. I highly doubt that, but you know, whatever. Is that it? That's her thing? Use charcoal? It's almost like everything I tell you guys is true. It's almost like I know what I'm talking about. It's like all those years of school was worth it when I told you that the only thing you really need to do is hydrogen peroxide. Now, the fun fact, she could have skipped all of that video and just did this by itself and used hydrogen peroxide as a mouthwash, and she probably would have seen way more whitening gains than anything else she was doing. Isn't that crazy? Man, wow, weird. See if she does anything else. You can repeat this multiple times a day or a week for results. Now, I definitely would not repeat it more than once daily. You can actually, if you're rinsing your mouth out with hydrogen peroxide, you can get that oral hairy tongue we talked about. To the comment section, do the Dollar Tree whitening strips actually work? Well, if they have hydrogen peroxide in them, yes, they will work. Now, I don't know if they have like 2 or 3% or, you know, more percent. We actually have a pretty high amount in ours. Ours are 10% hydrogen peroxide, and we have a lot of cool stuff, but I don't need to sell you those, but they are probably the best whitening strips on the market. I'm just going to say the Lumi Smart by Something Nice. That being said, yes, they will work if you can look at the back and make sure that they have hydrogen peroxide on them. Now, will they be of high quality, or will they slip, or will they be goopy, or will they taste nasty? I don't know. You're just going to have to find that out on your own. This can't be safe. Well, everything I saw on there wasn't necessarily like unsafe. It was more just unnecessary, really. And then somebody said the second and third will work, but will also strip your teeth, increase sensitivity, damage your enamel, and irritate your gums. Expensive strips are expensive because they protect your teeth. Not necessarily true, actually. There's even some scammy expensive strips. Like you're seeing the new green ones with the, what is that stuff called in it? Let me check real quick. Arbutin, that's what it's called. They're super expensive and have arbutin in it, which is just a skin lightener. That doesn't work. Those are expensive. There's other expensive ones that use other things that actually just dry out your teeth. They don't even do anything. Like what were High Smiles whitening strips? They use like a PAP plus, that's what it is. Yeah, it just dries out your teeth to make it look white when really it's just dehydrated. So it doesn't necessarily have to be expensive or cheap. If you can find cheap with hydrogen peroxide, it'll work. If you can find expensive, it'll work. And no, it's not going to damage your enamel. It could irritate your gums. It could increase sensitivity, but just for a little bit. But you know, most of it, you know, it's not going to do that much. But like I said, if you want something that's tried and true, that's science tested, that is safe on your teeth, and will actually whiten well, and actually ours are probably the lowest sensitivity whitening strips on the market. I put that on it because I've been testing them and they work good. Then just get our Lumi Smart by Something Nice. Thank you so much for watching today's video. Obviously, if you see something here and here, there are 2 videos that YouTube thinks you might like watching. Or maybe there's a subscribe button here because we're trying to get to 10 million followers, okay? And if you don't subscribe, I won't get there and I won't get my diamond plate button. I got a gold one, I got a silver one. I've been doing this for 6 years and billions of views a year. I deserve it. So go ahead and click that button and follow along. You might just learn something. Until then, I'll see you guys later. I'm the Dentist, aka Dr. Winters, and keep on brushing. I love you guys. See you later. Bye.